Hi, this tutorial is to talk about the Kaizena add-on for Google Docs. Kaizena promotes that it's all about being able to highlight and speak into a document so that the students can directly hear your voice. You can also track specific skills and share links to websites with students as well through Google Docs. They have recently gone through an update, and so I'm going to kind of show how it has changed from the way it was initially set up. If you have not gotten the add-on for Google Docs, you can go to Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons and search for Kaizena. I've already downloaded it, and so I have it in my system already. But this isn't actually the first place that you would need to start. The first place that you would need to start is that your student who is working on their paper would need to share this document with you. My student, Grant Wood, has already shared this document with me. You can see me here viewing the document. So if they have not done that, that would be the very first step in the process, and then getting that in your incoming part of your Google Drive. After you have opened up the document, you will click on Add-ons and open up the Kaizena for Google Docs. The first part that will come through here, it typically asks you a question if you are going to be giving or receiving feedback, and so I had already clicked on that earlier, so I'm going to be giving feedback on this document. And so it walks you through it, which is really nice, that this sidebar here pops up on the side, which is something that's kind of common with a lot of Google add-ons. It used to be that you had to go and actually work in Kaizena and have everything roll through the Kaizena website. So it's kind of nice now that in here you can actually just stay and live in the Google Doc world rather than having to flip back and forth. However, I found that with the add-ons, I think that they still have a few more kinks to work out to improve the product a bit more. And I'll walk you through that as we get to it. So as you're reading the paper for your student, and let's say that there is something that you want to comment on, all you would need to do is you would highlight the section that you want to draw attention to. So let's say powerful feeling, and click on the add feedback after you have it highlighted. It will then walk you through some different things here. If you click on one of these, you can change the highlight color. So if you were doing some text tagging and you were looking for specific things that you had in a rubric, you could highlight everything in a specific color that related to that. The next part here says tag a skill, and it just has circles, and as you move over them it highlights more dots. Well, what this relates to is this relates to skills that you have set up in the external Kaizena website. And so I would need to go into Kaizena and add in a tag, which I don't currently have any tags right now, in order to get this feature to work. You can't just create a name in the add-on, it has to be something that is already added in. So I do feel like that's a little bit of a downfall of having to go back and forth there, but it is a nice add-in feature that they did not have before, and I think as they continue to evolve that, it will turn into an awesome resource. But I don't feel as though this is truly the power of Kaizena. The power of Kaizena is being able to leave that voice comment. And so in order to do that, you'll see here that there are 3 buttons at the bottom: the microphone, the text bubble, and the link. The microphone allows you to leave that powerful voice comment right there in the document. So if I click on the microphone, it'll say start recording, and I can see here that the time is rolling. So I would leave the comment maybe something like, powerful feeling. Can we push ourselves into making a better word choice as we are beginning to start our paper off? We want our paper to start off very strong. So really think about the sorts of words that you choose to make your paper stand out. You can see that I went 23 seconds. It's processing that right then. And I've now added a voice comment that the student can see and actually listen to in their own Google Doc when they have that pulled up. You can see here there's a play button, and I
can see here that the time is rolling.
So it actually shows everything there. I can continue to go through, and or in that same one I could add in a link, but again, this is a limitation that I need to already have specific links pulled in here. So these are links that I have added in the Kaizena website under resources. And it's very easy to add a resource. You can even add a resource to a Google Doc, but you have to have them preloaded. It won't just allow you to paste a website in there. It'll allow me to choose that resource and attach it, which I do think is kind of nice because when you're grading papers, you will often see students make similar mistakes, and so having those loaded in can allow you to just drop them in for specific students. It can also help you when you're organizing yourself for differentiation. The last part here, the text bubble, is that this is a place where you could type in specific feedback in text. And then click Add Comment, and all of those pop up. If I wanted to continue to highlight something else, I would actually need to go back to Kaizena and then click on, or back to feedback and then click on Add Feedback to get a new fresh area to be able to continue to add comments to. Now, let me just go ahead. I'm going to choose a resource quickly to attach to that. So there's two things that were highlighted and comments were made. And when I am done, it'll show me the things that I've left comments on. The one other part of all of this is this part right up here in my Google extension bar. In order to run the voice comment extension, and in order for your students to be able to hear the voice comment extension, they need to download the Chrome web extension for Kaizena. So that means that you are using Chrome and that you have downloaded this from the Chrome web store. So if I go over to my student also has the Kaizena recorder extension added in. To find that, you can simply just go to the Chrome web store, chrome.google.com, and search for Kaizena. And you can see here that it's already been added underneath extensions. It's not necessary to add this app part, it's just the extension that needs to be added in order for it to run in the Google Docs. So now, when my student goes to the fear paper, they will see that there are two things highlighted there in the document now. But in order for them to hear that, they will also need to go and get the Kaizena for Google Docs add-on and say open the Google Docs extension, and that window will pop up on their screen, and they will see the two things that are highlighted on the side. They just need to click on it, and all of that feedback that you have left shows up.
And I can see here that the time is rolling.
They can hit the record button, and they can see the text words that are there as well. So it's a really nice way in order to be able to allow students to hear your voice. Students can also add in their own comments back. So if maybe they said they wanted to go back and add feedback to the word feeling but wanted to ask a question about it, they could. They could say, so I'm thinking about the word feeling and how I can make that a stronger word. Do you have any suggestions of places to search for? Or should I just look through a thesaurus? It can be a conversation back and forth, which is what I think is really awesome about Kaizena, that it allows that voice feature to start to become even greater into making a educational conversation come to life. In order for me to see that, I needed to refresh my page, and when I did, my Google sidebar for Kaizena did go away, and so I needed to open it back up. But I can see here there's now a new color there, and I can click on that link as well. How do I know that these things are happening? The first time that you leave voice comments, you do get an email from Kaizena saying that voice feedback has been left for you to keep you up with the conversation as well. So hopefully this makes sense and that you're able to learn a bit more about the Google add-on Kaizena, and good luck with exploring it.